Hey, ladies and gentlemen. This is Greg with Demonosophy and Beyond, bringing to you part 3 of my Occult Library. Um, Let me see. I had some technical difficulties because my Chromebook hates me, and so does my phone, but I was able to overcome. And now, hopefully, I can finish this and we can move on to another topic. Not that I don't enjoy it, but it's just been tedious. So, the book I would like to start with is called Glimpses of the Left Hand Path. I really like this book. It's been a while since I read it, but I glimpsed through it again and I saw that I highlighted it, which meant that there were a lot of things that I vibed with. Personally, the thing I'd like to point out, um, this book is a collection of essays on the philosophy and practice of the path to self-deification, as it says on uh, the cover of the book. My allergies are messing me up right now. Anyway, the essay that I found most interesting is the one entitled Rudolf Steiner's Demonosophy, a little bit different view. And there it talks about the two definitions of what a demon is. Um, like today's definition of a demon, the negative definition. I would just like to read from the book. It says, spiritual entities who oppose Christian plan of the world's salvation and propose their own paths of initiation in anthroposophical tradition are called demonic beings. And that's the kind of demons that people think of today. But it also goes into the Greek definition, um, the original definition of what a demon is. And it talks about how it literally meant supernatural power. And it also says that um, demon is a spiritual being that awakens humans' creative energy. And that really jumped out to me. Let's see, what was it? Another one of the essays that really, I guess, uh, that I highlighted or circled. No, this was the beginning. This was the introduction. Introduction to the Left Hand Path Philosophy. Um, and it was just talking about how the left-handed path takes different forms in different cultures. And it goes into explaining what the left-hand path is. And I really enjoyed that. So I would definitely recommend this book, Glimpses of the Left-Handed Path. Um, if you do have an opportunity to get it, I recommend that you do. The next book is another book of essays. It's called Sabbatica, The Seeds of Death and the Arcana of Deathbringer. It's a compilation. Let me get in there a little bit more so you can see that. I recall enjoying reading this book. There was yes, one essay in here that was called The Death and Resurrection Show, and it was talking about Deja Vu and voodoo. One of the things that I really liked about this, going over what I highlighted in this book. I'm working on transdimensional sorcery, and it was talking about. See, I have something written in here about rituals for ascension. Voodoo has rituals for ascension. Magicians of Atlantis, rumored to be Egyptian gods, which means that they are ascended masters. And give me a sec. This is how Deja Vu is a crossroads in time and space, And it also talks about how deja vu is the realization that something is wrong with the reality that we inhabit. I thought that was very interesting to talk about that. It also brought up the Book of Thoth. And it seems like everything that is profound to me seems to have some kind of attachment to Thoth. And that's very important to me because, one, he's the God of wisdom. Two, he was one of the first entities to actually help me along with my awakening and my enlightenment. So um, I always find that interesting. And I would just like to thank Thoth for his hand in helping me become the person that I am right now. Um, the next book is called The Writ of the Damned. I got this on Etsy. It was published by Ortna Thaumiel. I believe this is a Luciferian order. I like different parts of it. It goes into the goetic spirits, but it's kind of like a Bible where it has like scriptures and stuff like that. And I don't really like books that are of that style, but it does have invocations, a list of prayers. I believe it talks about rituals of exorcism, as well as how to get yourself possessed. Is that this book? Jeez, I'm just tired. Don't mind me. Yeah, Book of Possession and Book of Ceremonies. So I mean, it's good to check out and good to go through. There was one entry in here that I tried out that was successful. That was an evocation of one of the goetic spirits when you call to him, and he said that he would come, and he came. So that book has use. Next book is Ars Aeternam by Dante Valentine. This author runs with the group The Black Pyre, which is also associated with the White Circle, WIGHT. This book I briefly talked about when I was going over the Abyssal Bible and the Unholy Bible. When I got this book, it radiated with power. I looked at it, and it comes with these things called horizons. And when I asked the author about what language these were in, because I was getting Latin and some other stuff, but then there was some other stuff that wasn't translating properly. He said that part of it was demonic language. But for the most part, I got the idea of what these horizons were saying. Therefore, I didn't have any problem with repeating them during the ceremonies. This covers goetic spirits, but these spirits are the ones that pertain to the subject of eternity, increasing your lifespan, and also ascension. So it's not going to be every goetic spirit that is mentioned in here. Each entry talks about what the goetic spirit likes, what their days are, what their strengths are, and it comes with like 2 or 3 spells for each spirit, which is really good. And when I was working through this, I had success with every exercise in this book that I did do. Not all the goetic spirits appealed to me, so I didn't go through the whole book. However, there were some spirits that did come to me without me calling them. Bifrons, for example. He came, and that was a very strong presence that he has. The whole room was affected, and it was like the whole room groaned underneath the weight of his power. So I do recommend this grimoire as well as the other grimoires that are in this collection of books because they are legit. The next book is that is too fancy writing for me to read. The Holy Guardian Angel, and this is by the Nephilim Press. I really love the Nephilim Press. This is another book that is made by various writers, and each one of them talks about the Holy Guardian Angel from their perspective. It was interesting, and when I purchased this book, I had already contacted my Holy Guardian Angel by means of her identity being given to me as a gift. And honestly, as you guys should already know, I don't really get along with angels. I don't even get along with my Holy Guardian Angel very well, which is baffling to me, but it is what it is. She lets me know that she is there and she's doing her job. That's basically it. It was interesting to read, but this wasn't anything that really resonated with me. Since I'm not big on angel magic, I do plan on trying to get deeper into it because I like consuming knowledge and practicing it, and to deepen my experiences involving the knowledge that I take in. But for the most part, that's not me. The next book is Dark Goddess Craft. I bought this at Barnes & Noble, and what I really wanted to do was get in better. I had actually gotten in touch with Hecate, however you want to say her name, before, and even though she gave me what I asked for, the experience was traumatizing in the sense where she basically choked me out, cut off my oxygen supply. So I felt like she was angry with me, even though I had tried to be respectful and I really didn't understand what was going on. I had a student that was following her, and so I was hoping that through that student I would get a better relationship with her. And I also purchased this book to learn more about maybe getting in touch with her and doing work as a group with Hecate. I never got to actually go through this book, and so I can't really give a proper review of it. I can't say what I think because I never got to work with my student after a while, and so I just never looked into this book, and I will have to and do a book review of it later on. Next one is the Black Folder, edited by Cat Ironwood. It's spelled weird, but um, is this hoodoo or voodoo? I'm not really sure whether it's hoodoo or voodoo. Hoodoo. Okay. This is basically a book that's a list of spells. I believe it is. There are different people who contribute to this book. I do recall trying some of this stuff, but like I said, hoodoo, um, not really my thing. So I don't really think that because my heart wasn't really into it, I didn't really vibe with it. I didn't put enough intent into it. The spells didn't work for me. I'm not saying these spells are bad. I'm not saying that they don't work. I'm just saying that they don't work for me. But it was interesting to read, and it's something to have. It was something that I had bought off of Amazon, and I think this was a time when I wasn't really too mature on my path, but still exploring and trying to see what I was interested in and what vibed with me. Next is a piece of trash called Alaziz. This claims that it is the original Necronomicon, which I doubt. The pictures are pixelated and trashy. It's very simplistic, and I'm not saying that simplicity is a bad thing, because like the grimoire that I wrote is very crude. Um, but the stuff in here is just it's like a gag, you know. It's not to be taken seriously. I would recommend the Simon Necronomicon over this. There are other versions of the Alaziz, but I don't really know if they're worth looking into. I believe at one time I tried, and I really didn't find anything of interest within those books. Uh, I got that crap on Amazon, and yeah, that was a waste of money. Big waste. The last book that we have is Buckland's Book of Spirit Communications. Now, the Buckland series seems to be a very good series because it breaks things down in a way that the layperson can understand magical practices. With the Book of Spirit Communications, I did work through this somewhat. The thing that got me most with this book is the automatic writing. That actually led me to channel an angel that had a message for me. But angels are a pain in the ass to communicate with. So the methods in here were effective. I do believe anybody who is new to their path, who wants to learn how to do certain things like communicate with spirits via mediumship or what other kind of communication methods do they have in here? Give me a sec. Boop, 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 boop. I'm losing my mind, guys. Automatic writing, spirit photography, talking boards, trance work, physical mediumship, table tipping, channeling, healing, development circles. Anybody who's interested in developing their skills, Buckland is the way to go if you're just starting out. So I would definitely recommend that series. I like it. The book is cool. And that, for now, is the last book that I have within my occult library. And that is what I think of the books within my occult library. And when I get new books, I'll be glad to review them for you after I've read them. Apparently, there are a couple books that I still need to read, and I might even go in depth with the books that I've already gone over in other videos in the future. So I hope you enjoyed seeing my library, seeing my eclectic taste, and I hope there is something that I've gone over, if you buy it, that helps to enlighten you and helps you on your path. So I hope everybody is doing well, and I'll talk to you guys later. But right now I need some sleep.